Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, we might be able to do this. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm helping him. Yes, there we go. Come on, militia, let's do this. Hello, Reformers, and welcome to a special feature of the Bones of Ragnvald. Now, this is definitely something that I really think is going to be pretty amazing, because a couple of the people that worked on Perisno, which is something you may already know from series on my channel or just from word of mouth elsewhere. But yes, this is a story-driven mod, and I'm very interested to see how this is going to go. And just bear in mind that this is actually the alpha version, so if there's any bugs or anything like that, then it's just because it's the alpha, you know. Anyway, if you'd like to download this mod, there is a link in the description. Lend your support to these developers, because obviously, you know, Perisno is a fantastic mod, and, well, if it's as half as good as that, then I will be very pleased indeed. Anyway, let's enter. Well, we'll be a male, why not? And switch to Sandbox Mode? Nah, I'd like to try out the story mode. I think that would be kind of fun. Disable permadeath. It's currently enabled. Okay, you know what? Considering they've done the work to implement permadeath, I'm going to just leave it on. I'm going to leave it as default, and we'll see how it goes. Only you remember what caused you to be exiled. You were put on a ship with naught but food and your few belongings, and sailed as far as you could. That was the best treatment you could have hoped for. Others were executed. But your previous dutiful service to the Lord earned you the opportunity to sail from your homeland in search of a new life. The only condition was that you were to never return. Sail to your destiny. Alright. So, considering this is a special feature, this is usually what I do. I just call myself me.
A land in chaos. The old Republic of Agenim has disbanded the Senate under its new Imperator, and fragmented into civil war with the Aphilius Dominion. The kings of Estmir and Erskine have taken advantage of this, and seized lands to their south. All as dark magic rears its ugly head in the north. The King Jormund of the Hernar Empire has called upon the power of his ancestors to aid him in battle against the Kingdom of Swangard. This army of bones is led by none other than King Ragnvald, the original savage king from the north. As Swangard is falling, the army of bones grows, and King Jormund has been killed by his own folly. Ragnvald rules the north again as he once did. Darkness threatens to consume Aerun from the north, and it is up to you, champion, to unite Aerun against this mess.
Alright, so there you go. There was a little bit of exposition there, a little bit of voice acting. Very nice indeed. It's actually been quite some time since I've heard any voice acting in any Warband mods, so it's very cool to hear that. And yeah, if the modders are actually watching this, I'm available, you know. I can lend my voice a little bit. Anyway, yeah, let's actually see what's going to go on here. We're going to just create our own little guy here. I think that's perfect. There we go. Your ship arrives on the western coast of Aerun at Angier's castle in the kingdom of Eastmere. You are alone in this land. You notice that in the forest, many of the trees are deceased, or diseased in this case, and rotting entire swathes of the forest are dead. Alright, so we're getting just put in here, and I very much hope I'm not going to... Okay, so not a classic start. We're not getting killed by a bandit. That's nice. Let's see what this guy has to say. Who are you? State your business. My business is my own. Not many men arrive on our shores, and none so mysteriously. The Lord shall want to speak to you and discern your true motives. Proceed into the castle and speak with him. Follow me. Alright, well, look at this. He's actually running. Wow, this is actually kind of crazy, because usually when mods try to do this stuff, it just does not work, and I'm really pleased to see that this actually does, and hopefully we will be in a good enough spot to say hi to the Lord, and hopefully we will not anger him, because you know how that goes, yes. Whenever I've angered a lord in the past, I've ended up having some pretty grievous wounds, like my head being on a pike outside the castle. Yes, sounds great, doesn't it? Anyway, whoa, this is a large area, a bunch of statues. I wonder whether that's the Lord himself, whether that's his statue up there. If it is, then he's got a very large ego. Let's not tell him that. It's probably going to be the first thing I tell him, isn't it? That's what happens usually. It's actually kind of impressive that the militia is being able to get up here without getting significantly stuck. I would have anticipated, well, I mean, technically not from this mod, because obviously I know that it's made by a couple of the people that were working on Perisno, but, you know, if it's an unknown quantity and you don't exactly know what's going on, but yeah, there you go. He actually did lead us all the way to the castle, and now we can enter and we can speak to Baron Torben. Hello, Baron Torben. You have a large ego. Oh, hello. Politely. That's what I mean. You sailed from a part of the sea few of us know of. You will tell me who you are and where you came from. I am Reformist. I know I have a very unusual name, but I couldn't think of anything else at the time. I have no way to return to my former home, so I will seek out a new life here. Is that so, peasant? Have a gander at those guards there. They could slay you in a second. Hernar spies are not welcome here. What makes me believe I shouldn't kill you? I will do whatever you ask to prove I am no spy. Very well. Our scouts have seen a party of Hernar just west of here. I shall have a few recruits join you, and we shall see if you have the stomach to put to death your kin. Even these recruits will be many times the fighter you are. Do not try to join the enemy. I will do as you ask. All right. He has a little bit of Elias in him, doesn't he, our character? He's, you know, because if you've seen my Clash of Kings series, any of them, then you may know that Elias used to say, I see, all the time, whenever someone gave him a rather large explanation. Alright, so can I press tab now? I can press tab now, okay. So let's take a look at our quest log, actually, and just see what's going on here before we do anything. Right, so we have to kill the Hernar scouts, and they are west of Angier's castle. So let's actually just take a quick look at the map to begin with, because obviously this is a special feature, and a special feature is going to show off as many of the features of the mod as possible. And that, of course, includes looking around and seeing exactly how large the map is. And from my reckoning, look at how massive it is. It is extremely large, and, well, just think about it this way. This is an alpha, and they could literally add additional things if they wanted to. You know, they could add an additional faction in the snow over here. It's very blinding, of course, but they could if they wanted to. Anyway, Angier's castle, so west of here. So that means over across this way. Okay, so let me... This is not them. They are Eastmere spearmen. Please don't attack me. Are they attacking me? No, they're not attacking me. And there's some coast pirates. Yeah, a bunch of coast pirates, some thieves and everything, and I guess I should just head this way and see whether we can find the Hernar scouts. I assume they're going to be around here somewhere. I do have spotting 8. Do bear that in mind. Obviously the modders have thought of this because in general, when you're going to do something like find this party and find that party, you really don't want to be out on a limb and basically be running around blind and attempting to find this party and then becoming frustrated because you can't find it. I've had that happen in the past where I've just been doing some kind of standard quest or task, and it's always either resulted in me becoming frustrated or just in general being a pretty time-consuming thing to do. So let's see what I can actually do here. I'm not probably going to be able to do too much. I do only have a pitchfork, but I'm able to... Oh, they've got some undead? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm actually kind of pleased that I can use my pitchfork in such a manner. I do know that Fred the farmer used to use a pitchfork extremely well. Let's see if I can do a little bit of damage here. Yeah, there we go. Ah, well, not as much damage as Fred the farmer, that's for sure. he was imbued with special abilities after all. Anyway, there you go. We were able to win that very easily indeed. I mean, it is story driven, so of course we should be able to win. And, ooh, there we go. Okay, I actually don't even know whether this is much better because we're losing a whole bunch of leg armor here. But let's have a look. Ah, yeah, the boots are a little bit better. I'm going to wear that shield. I'm actually going to use this cudgel if I guess, need to. I don't think it's really going to give us that much because, I mean, let's face it, it does 13 blunt damage. That's really nothing. And we've just gained another couple of silvers, so that's nice. Anyway, let's take a look and see. Okay, I guess we've done that. And we're now being attacked by dread pirates. Okay, well, now that's the thing. I'm not entirely sure whether I can take these guys on or whether I cannot, but let's see. Let's actually see whether I'll be able to do this. If I'm not able to do this, then that's just how it has to be, and, well, I just want to see how good we are or how bad. And it seems like we're very bad, aren't we? Yeah, these guys are going to absolutely murder us in many, many ways. And, oh, we're doing so much damage. Look at that. Whoa, that is some nice damage right there. Okay, this guy is certainly someone that you want to be very careful of. He is going to absolutely murder us if we allow him to. And, yeah, as you can see, every one of us was exterminated. And, yeah, I was, I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see exactly just how powerful your enemies can be in this. So it's kind of nice that we were able to find that out. And do bear in mind that I do have one of the best weapons for dealing with units in this, in this situation, I was going to say. Because technically, if I'd just gotten a little bit of extra damage, I could have won that. But anyway, we did lose Hernar light armor. I don't really mind about that. We lost 20 silver. I don't mind about that either. Hopefully we will still have a couple of units. I'm not entirely sure about that. No, we don't have any more units, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Let's head into the castle and we'll see what he has to say. I'm at full HP, amazingly enough. So let's see what he has to say and maybe... Yes, about the task you gave me. I did it. Fantastic. Perhaps you are no Northman after all. Well, the men I gave you shall be your reward then. Train them as you wish. Oh dear. Can I ask for some more? Oh dear, okay. Yeah, since you have proven of use, I have a task for you. What is it, sir? The forests near Angiers are rotting. The watering holes and many of the trees which bear fruit have been poisoned. I suspect a nearby outlaw, as there is no love lost between us after I sent my men to hunt him down. Robert is his name, or Robert, either way. Anyway, his scum will most likely be the ones poisoning the area, but they are more loyal than most ruffians. I'll give them that. I doubt you can force Robert's location out of them, so for now all I can ask of you is to hunt for the bandits. For each group of Robert's thieves that you defeat, I shall reward you with 100 gold. Oh, okay, so that's exactly the reason why it would be a good idea for us to have some men to, fight the thieves with. But these coastal pirates, they are very, very difficult indeed, so it seems like I'm going to have to recruit a couple of people here. These coastal pirates are very aggressive, so we're going to have to be very cautious. And it seems like, it seems like everyone wants to kill us, basically. If only I had a horse. If I had a horse, then that would make that would make everything much easier. Suffice it to say. So, yeah, having 16 units would be really good right now. But I have just recruited a couple more. I don't think that's too bad. What do we need to do right here? Let's see. Okay, so there is a completion progress to it. So it does have a completion, because I do know that some of these, hunt down bandits quests, they are kind of a little bit sketchy on the completion, but of course, because this is an experienced modding team, you're going to get a very polished questing system, or at least that's what you can hope for. Anyway, let's go and see if I can fight some thieves now. I do have a couple of recruits. I didn't really want to restart because, I kind of felt like that was just not really something I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of struggle against what we're currently going for here. I'm going to go for an additional point in power strike here, just literally because I want my polearm to do the maximum amount of damage that it can do. And let's see if we can find some thieves. It would be kind of nice if we could find some. There's one. There's actually only 4 of them. Yeah, so they're making sure that you can obviously complete this, even if you do lose all of your units. Obviously, this is making it very, very much more difficult, shall we say, than it would have been if I had been able to keep my other people alive. But who knows, maybe I'm going to get killed here as well, because these guys actually do have bows by the looks of things. So let's be a little bit cautious here. I'd like to do a little bit of... I'd like to get some experience, please. So if you could, you know, just leave one for me. There we go. Thanks. And there's another one, but he's dead as well. And we actually knock him unconscious. Oh, okay, interesting. I thought that the I think I actually attacked him with a swing rather than anything else. Anyway, let's ooh, that might actually be really good for us. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm going to use that instead of the pitchfork. It has less weapon reach, but I think it should be really good. Or at least we'll try. We'll try to use it. Alright, so how many of these do I actually have to kill? It's 10%, so I need to kill another 9. Another 9 of these. That's perfectly fine with me, I don't mind. I mean, if we want 1,000 gold, that's pretty amazing. Because he's going to give us 100 gold per group, so getting 1,000 gold at this point, well, technically silver is the currency, but, you know, getting that much this early on, that's pretty amazing. And you can see here that this is exactly the reason why I wanted this scythe. The overhead attacks just deal so much damage. I mean, you can see that. And this early on in the game, you're going to be fighting things that have literally no helmet. You know, they might have a helmet here or there, but the helmet is either going to be extremely low protection, or in general, it's just going to be something that you can slice through extremely quickly. So anyway, there you go. That is pretty nice. We're getting some not bad loot. And bear in mind that the town, which is over here, is very far away. And we also have another town over there, which is also relatively far. So it might be a bit difficult for us. But we're you know, we're doing our thing. We're getting things done, I guess. And we just have to be a bit careful about being absolutely murdered by everything in the area. That's also the reason why you may have seen during the voice acting intro that I spec'd a whole bunch into pathfinding, because I thought to myself, yes, if we, you know, have a bit of a, you know, tight area to work with like we are right now, then it's obviously very, very important to have that additional world map speed. And I'm very pleased that I decided to go for that now, because I thought to myself, yes, this is definitely going to be one of those where I might have some difficulties at the beginning. Anyway, let's see if I can do some damage here. Yeah, look at that. It's also got some awesome reach, this scythe. I wouldn't think that this scythe would be extremely good, but it's paying off. It's paying off really nicely. And hopefully we'll be able to continue winning these battles, and hopefully we'll also be able to level up a couple of our forces as well. Okay, so what's this? That's a tattered peasant tunic. We're already wearing... Ah, there we go. There's a non-bent scythe. So that's going to be even better for us. Wow, we're going to be doing so much more damage. Alright, so apparently all of our people leveled up, so we're going to get them all into militia, and they have all been given spears by the looks of things. And then the next level ups can be crossbowmen or spearmen. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so now, otherwise, what can we do here? Well, we do have more of Robert's thugs over here, but the problem with that is that I am currently being pursued by some Corsairs, and they are making things kind of difficult. But anyway, this is a much, much larger party of the thugs, so we might have some difficulties, but I think if the previous fights have anything to go by, I mean, obviously we did outnumber the opponent, but if they are anything to go by, then we should be able to achieve victory here, especially considering I do have that new weapon, which is hopefully going to make... Yeah, look at that. That damage. That damage is crazy. Wow, that is really, really nice. And we're going to be getting so much experience as a result of that as well. And I'm very pleased as well that I decided to go for some medic skills as well, because usually in these mods that focus on the story and focus on building a narrative world, usually you're not going to be finding too many companions early on, you know? Like in native or any other free roaming sandbox experience, which you can actually do in this if you want to. You can go for a sandbox start. And, you know, then you can just run around and do whatever you so desire. But in those mods, it's much easier to find the medic companions, obviously, in comparison to a story-driven experience. And obviously I wanted to experience everything that the mod had to offer. So, ooh, yeah, give me that. That is a much better chess piece. And a couple of other things here as well. I might actually decide, you know what? We might actually just want to go over to the town. How long does this take? It seems like there's no duration on this whatsoever, so I think we probably want to... what do we want to get? Do we want to get spearmen or do we want to get crossbowmen? I think getting spearmen at the moment is probably going to be much more important than getting crossbowmen, because in general, crossbowmen are going to be kind of difficult to use at the moment, I think. Anyway, we are going to be fighting some coastal pirates here, and we've been upgraded slightly. So we might be able to do it this time. I actually don't know. Let's actually just tell my people just to hold position here and then tell them to charge in once again. I would like to try and avoid getting murdered by their throwing axes if at all possible. Yes, yes, okay, come on now. There's a little bit of extra damage there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay, we might be able to do this. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm helping him, yes, there we go, come on militia, let's do this. Okay, this is not going well. I actually thought that we might be able to do it this time. But we might still be able to. Pushing them away is great, being able to do that is fantastic, and then killing him, yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Yes, nice. He had no helmet on. That was fantastic. Okay, there we go. And maybe we can take out this one as well. Who knows? That was some nice damage right there, but not enough. Ooh, that was bad. That was really bad. That was almost. That was almost there. Almost there, but, well, seems like we're definitely going to need to go over and actually sell our gear and everything, but the Corsair Pirates are certainly proving to be, well, pretty difficult to deal with at the moment. So, yeah, I'm going to go over to the town, and I'll sell a couple of things, and we'll also recruit some additional units. Alright, so before we get into another battle, I just should let you know that I've got another couple of people. We have no money left over from selling at the nearby town. I gained about 240 in the way of silvers, and yeah, I used all of that basically to recruit and then level up a bunch into militia, and that's it. We've got 9 left, 9 silvers left. So what I want to do now is, I think I'm actually going to be increasing our intelligence even further, just so that I can get some more in pathfinding, and maybe we can get some more in surgery and wound treatment and things like that. I think that might be the best use of that. Maybe we want to go for 1 point in weapon master as well, just to make sure that we have a little bit there, maybe some more in athletics, and we'll go for another point in surgery just to make sure that people stay alive a little bit longer, I guess. And yeah, there is actually a band of thugs right in front of me right there, so hopefully we'll be able to tackle them and, well, hopefully win this time as well. Because obviously, that's the thing, those Corsair Pirates, I feel like they're maybe a little bit too powerful to be in the starter area, even though this is, I mean, technically this is just something that, you know, you should just avoid them, I guess. But it's one of those things that you kind of just have to avoid and just hope that they don't catch you unawares like they did in the previous battle scenario, I guess. But anyway, they do seem pretty high level as well, so we need to be a bit cautious in the future, I guess. Otherwise, We're going to continue taking our loot here. I've actually advanced to the next level as well. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, I guess I'm going to go for a point in agility here so I can get another point in athletics. I like to be a little bit quick on my feet so that I don't get cornered so easily. There are a couple of poachers here, which might make sense. Let's actually get some crossbowmen this time. I'm actually a bit curious to see how well they do in comparison to the spearmen. Because obviously the spearmen, they kind of just run in and, well, take a lot of damage, whereas the crossbowmen might be a little bit better at staying alive and, you know, causing a little bit of difficulty for our opponent. So let's actually see whether that is indeed the case. Let's get our crossbowmen over here. Are they actually any good? Well, they're obviously very, very low level. They don't have the greatest gear at all, and I hope that they're actually going to hit some people. Yeah, they are actually hitting a couple. I very much enjoy using this scythe. I personally feel like the scythe is an utterly fantastic weapon. I mean, for this early in the game, it really, really is great. And there you go, yeah, see now, that's the thing. It's kind of weird. On the one hand, the Corsair Pirates are, well, suffice it to say, extremely tough enemies, and I'm going to say that they're not impossible to beat. I think you could probably beat them if you're maybe a little bit better at combat than I am, or maybe you get lucky with, you know, buying a horse or something along those lines. But in general, I feel like they might be a little bit too difficult, as I say, for the sort of starting area. I don't really mind them being here, obviously, because they do give, you know, someone that may have had a little bit of a better start than I did. Ah, there's the group that actually defeated us last time. So I think we're probably going to tackle them in just a second. But I think if you have a better start than I did, and you don't get taken prisoner almost immediately, you're probably going to have a fine time with the Corsair Pirates. Because you're probably going to have, at that point, an army size of about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 units. And most of them are going to be pretty high level as well, so you shouldn't really have too many difficulties with them. But I think, in general, maybe the Corsair Pirates could spawn a little bit further away. Not entirely sure, but for now, I think that's okay. And hopefully, we'll be able to deal with the Dread Pirate. As you can see, the Dread Pirate is causing a couple of difficulties, but a farmer was able to get the killing blow. Very nice. Alright, so yeah, take that. Give me all my prisoners back, thank you very much. Now we have 25. Now we're looking up. Now it's looking much, much better than it was beforehand. Let's get a... Ooh, I don't exactly know what's best. Village Militia or Thieves? I guess I'll just level up one of each. Yeah, it seems like the Village Militia was probably the best. And we'll go for a couple more crossbowmen. And then we are going to run into a couple more of these guys. I actually wanted to fight the band of 15 or so, but these guys ran right into me, so I was like, yes, okay, fine. Let's just deal with the ones that actually want to fight us. Even though the 16 probably want to fight us much more than the 5 do. Anyway, let's get ready with our scythe. We are technically the Grim Reaper right now. I mean, well, with the exception of having literally no power whatsoever in comparison, but still. We're getting some nice kills, which do result in even more experience, which is obviously great, because that means I'm going to be leveling up very, very quickly, and being able to then provide much more support to my army, which is great. So let's see here, there's another Corsair party over there, so we need to be a bit careful of them. This is 24 against 16. This might be a bit difficult, but we'll see. I'm going to just tell my archers just to hold position here, and we'll see how it goes. I don't exactly know whether I should really tell my people to hold position and allow our crossbowmen to deal damage, or whether I should just allow our crossbowmen just to shoot to support us from far distance. I don't exactly know which is the best tactic to use. Usually the greatest tactic is obviously to just wait and allow your crossbowmen to deal a little bit of damage as your enemies are running toward you, but considering we seem to have a great advantage against these thugs, and they don't seem to have that great gear or stats or anything like that, we should be able to deal with them pretty easily, and we are. As you can see, we are dealing with them very easily indeed. And this is a very nice spiked club. I'm going to be using that. 21 blunt damage. That's actually fantastic for taking prisoners, and we might actually be doing some of that. Okay, so have I completed? Ah, wow, we're still at 70%. Okay, well, I'm going to fight a couple more of these bands here, and we'll see if I can avoid the Corsair Pirates. I think that group down there was actually the one that defeated us previously, so I'm probably going to get some revenge on them as well. But for now, that will be the end of this special feature. If you would like to see more, then by all means let me know. If you'd like to download this mod, then there is a link in the description. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.